Today I'm going to demonstrate the use of various batters. The first batter is a pouring batter, which we use to make pancakes, either pancakes with a sugar filling served with lemon, or pancakes served with a sauce known as Crepe Suzettes, or we make a slightly thicker batter and we make crumpets or waffles from that batter. I'm going to demonstrate the making of pancakes today. 250 milliliters of flour, with 3 milliliters of salt. Sift this into the bowl. One egg. Pour that into the bowl, unbeaten. And 250 milliliters of milk, also straight into the bowl. Beat the pancake batter very well using either an electric beater, a hand beater, or a whisk. Beat the pancake batter very well for about 3 minutes, and then you can set it aside. There are two schools of thought. One says that you can use the pancake batter immediately. The other says the pancake batter must stand for between 30 and 60 minutes. Allowing the pancake batter to stand allows the starch and the gluten in the flour to hydrate and is perhaps a better way to go. Pancake pans are usually a specific size, and they have a heavy copper base. Heat your pancake pan up and put about 2 teaspoons of salt in the pan. Take a plug of greaseproof paper and scrub the heated salt on the bottom of the pan. This is a wonderful way of cleaning the bottom of the pan so that the first pancakes don't stick. You then throw away the salt and dust out the pan. Do not wash it. Put the pan back onto the heat source. Pour in about 25 milliliters of oil and let the oil heat up. Pour the hot oil back into the Pyrex cup. And scoop out your dough and pour it into the pan. You need about 50 milliliters of dough each time. And you move the pan around so that the pancake dough covers the bottom of the pan. Replace it on the heat. Wait until the surface, the upper surface of the pancake goes completely yellow. And then, using a spatula or an egg lifter, you can flip your pancake over. And it should have a good, uniform, light brown color. Remove the pancake, put it on a plate, and as you make each pancake, so you just stack them one on top of the other as you make them. Pour a little bit of oil in the pan, swish it around, and pour it off. Remember to allow the pancake batter to go completely cream in color, which indicates that the pancake is cooked. This one is only half ready. This process is repeated over and over again until all the pancake batter is used up. When serving pancakes, pick one up off the pile, put it on a plate, sprinkle it with cinnamon sugar, roll it, and move it along the plate. Pick one up, sprinkle it with cinnamon sugar, roll it, you can serve the pancakes on an individual plate, so then a person would eat 2 or 3 of them, and you would serve them with slices of lemon. Or you could fill the pancakes with a savory filling, such as spinach and white sauce, or chicken and white sauce, or chicken in a cheese sauce. Fill the pancakes, roll them up, put them on a meat platter, and then let your guests help themselves. So pancakes can either have a sweet or a savory filling. The other use for pancakes is to make a dessert known as Crepe Suzette. You take your pancakes and you fold them in 4. Take a pancake and fold it in 4. And place it in the frying pan. For Crepe Suzettes, the thinner the pancake, the more acceptable it is. Here I have my 4 folded pancakes, and I'm going to pour a mixture of orange juice, lemon juice, brandy, water and sugar over the pancakes. And allow them to stew in the juice for perhaps 2 or 3 minutes, just so that the pancake is absorbing the flavor of the orange juice sauce. To this you can also add cream, and at a restaurant they add quite a large amount of brandy, which they then flambe, which means that they set the alcohol in the brandy alight, and they would serve it to you directly from the frying pan onto your dessert plate. Crumpet batter is very like pancake batter in that it's known as a pouring batter. It's classified as a pouring batter, but it does contain baking powder, sugar and oil to make the crumpets much lighter and fluffier than pancakes. I have 240 grams of cake flour, 20 milliliters of baking powder, half a teaspoon or 3 milliliters of salt, which I am going to sift. If you have some lumps left over in your sifter, you can press them through gently with a metal spoon. To this, I'm going to add 20 milliliters of sugar, 2 eggs, $25 milliliters of oil, and 350 milliliters of milk. Beat this slowly to incorporate the liquid. Do not overbeat it because it is much thicker than the pancake batter, and we do not want to overdevelop the gluten. Using a scraper, just incorporate any of the flour that is remaining against the sides of the bowl. This needs to be beaten a little bit more. And there we have our smooth crumpet batter. It must be used immediately because it has baking powder in it, and the baking powder is already producing carbon dioxide. I'm going to illustrate the cooking of flapjacks or crumpets. Here we have a cast iron griddle, which I am using on a spiral plate because the spiral plate seems to heat it up more quickly. If you do not have a griddle, you can use a large, heavy-based frying pan to cook the crumpets. I'm going to move the handle out of the way, and I'm going to take a wad of greaseproof paper, which I'm going to dip in some oil, and I am going to grease the griddle. Here I have my crumpet batter, and I have a tablespoon. And I place spoonfuls of the batter on the griddle. As you can see, the first crumpet that I put on the plate has now, the bubbles have come through to the upper surface and are bursting, and I then turn it over. Do not attempt to turn the crumpets over too soon, as they will stick, as can be seen with this particular crumpet. Once they're golden brown on either side, you can take them off the griddle and serve them with syrup and cream. As you'll notice, the crumpets rise a lot more than pancakes do, and this is because of the baking powder that was added to the flour mixture. If the griddle is dirty, scrape it off and grease it once again so that the crumpets don't stick. If you want to serve larger crumpets, perhaps for breakfast, you can make them slightly larger by increasing the amount of dough that you use. But these ones are suitable for serving for tea. Here I have a waffle iron, an electric waffle iron. It has two lights. The one is the power light, which shows that the electricity is on, and then the green light indicates when the waffle iron is ready to cook. Now the green light is on, so I'm going to open the pan, spray it with spray and cook, and spoon batter into the pan. This is the same batter that I used for the crumpets. Now I'm going to close the lid and leave the waffles until they are ready, which should be about 2 to 3 minutes. When the green light comes back on again, you know that the cooking period is over. So then you open your waffle pan, and there you have 2 perfectly formed waffles, which you would then put on a plate and serve with syrup and cream or syrup and ice cream.